Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, as for today, I want to cover on chapter 2, ASM 653, on the origin of software. So I think I want to mix in bahasa for this video. So origin of software, as you know, like asal usul software lah. Alright, so ready your pen and paper. So the objective of this chapter is explain on outsourcing and describe 6 different sources of software. This one is most important part. Alright, you have to remember these 6 different types of software and able to distinguish between these different sources, and then discuss how to evaluate of the shelf software, how we want to pick lah, macam mana kita nak pilih software yang sesuai dengan budget, dengan keperluan syarikat atau organisasi, and explain reuse and its role in software development. Okay, ada satu lagi is on this one is reuse, but this one is more on this recycle of your software code and make it to new software yang baru lah. Okay, introduction. Okay, this one is about historical. Software development for corporate information system department was done primarily in house. Okay, last time company ni ada sendiri orang yang terlibat untuk membangunkan software di dalam syarikat atau company mereka. Okay, now it involve use of component from external sources. Okay, because nowadays there are a lot of IT firms, product or packages on related to software things ni, banyak yang dah ditawarkan di kat luar sana. Okay, banyak aplikasi pembangunan yang ditawarkan kepada umum lah. You can find on the websites, you can buy from the kedai ke pun ada juga. Okay, much in-house application coding involve making component works together. So yang in-house, okay, this programmer yang memang betul kerja di dalam company, kerja diorang sekarang ni ialah how they want to make sure this component, apa yang software diorang beli ni can support, yalah, make it one report, make it one centralized system for the company. Alright, we go to the next one, 6 source of the software. Alright, we have an information technology service firm. Okay, ni macam IT company lah yang provide the solution software for the organization out there. And then we have a packaged software provider. Okay, ni yang package software yang you can buy. Alright, like Microsoft, like what else, antivirus software things. And vendors of enterprise-wide solution software. Okay, enterprise-wide solution is different things. It's a big software that mostly dia terlibat dengan untuk produce reports for business decision making for this big company untuk enterprise-wide solution. And of course, I think you familiar with terms of cloud computing. Cloud computing mostly on the external storage lah. Okay, and then of course we got the open source software. Open source, I can say, have you heard about this open source? Open source refer to something that people can modify and share because it's designed publicly accessible. Alright, open source software ni sebenarnya free. Okay, anyone boleh expect check dia punya code and improve dia punya software if they have a knowledge about this coding punya programming. Alright, and then the last one is in-house development, because yang last ni of course kita macam company tu penggaji dia hire the people yang betul-betul have a knowledge about the software, and these people make a software specifically for that company. Alright, and there are ways to evaluate software from the sources. Okay, sources of software. Okay, dua ni sama je. Okay, but dalam enterprise solution software they have this ERP. Okay, alright, now we go to the system acquisition. Macam mana kita mendapatkan sesuatu software ataupun sistem tu is by, okay, this one is outsourcing. Outsourcing is the practice of turning over responsibility of some or all of organizations information system application and operation to an outside firm. Meaning that kita outsource. Outsource ni dalam bahasa Melayu, you what outsourcing? Sekejap. Outsource sumber luar. Sorry, I Google outsource. Okay, kita tengok sikit. Outsourcing dah happens few daripada awal lagi lah, daripada dulu lagi. Like this one example is Shell. Outsource spending almost 3.2 billion on 2008. Of course, nowadays I think the figures is lagi banyak lah. And Shell outsourcing vendors from 2008 until 2011 is on the EDS, T-System, AT&T, IBM, Logica. Okay, mostly this is the IT company lah. I think this one that the company that cover for their automation system in the site in the company. Alright. Okay, reason to outsource. Okay, we'll have to explain this one by one. Number one, cost is cost effectiveness. Actually, once you outsource ni sebenarnya dia lagi menjimatkan daripada segi apa? Daripada segi this one is free up internal resources, lebih kurang macam ni juga. Reduce time to market. Okay, because we outsource, meaning that orang lain tolong buatkan kerja kita kan. So we just bayar je. Hopefully because we have pilihan lah, actually optional from outside there, the company that we can pick for serve to our company needs and keperluan tu lah. Alright. Okay, sekejap. Okay, take advantage of economic of scale. Okay, because nowadays there's a lot of IT firms ataupun IT company out there yang betul-betul give a best solution, okay, for the kita punya maybe producing a report, maybe calculating your sales, everything. And the next one is make up for lack of in-house knowledge. Maybe dalam dia punya company tu we have limited expert people on this programming, so we can hire just people like sekarang ni. Yes, let's freelancer.com tu we can find people to make our system atau make our what else lah, apa-apa je. Okay, mostly yes, people hired from this India and China. Okay, and Malaysia also included in this report from Kearney ni on 2014. I think Malaysia sekarang ni has been going down, tak masuk dah sekarang dalam list. I think Singapore and Philippines I think have overtake Malaysia on this top outsourcing country. I think India and China still leading on this kind of outsourcing global punya manpower. And then free up internal resources. Of course, you don't need to have this big number of staff or manpower in the company, because yes, you have outsourced one part of your maybe IT punya system punya part to other IT service firm ke contohnya. And reduce time to market. Maybe yes, for the marketing you can outsource you just make for the production je. Contohlah company tu dia punya yes, this one is not a core activity for that company tu. Dia just buat production. Contoh you just buat barang dia, you manufacture that things here. So that for the marketing, yes, we give to the other macam event management lah. Ada orang tolong buatkan event kita kan. So that kind like of this process lah. And of course increase the process efficiencies, because mostly the outsource people ni, the outsource company ni, they have their expertise, memang dia punya core business on that things. And system development is a non-core activity for the organisation, as I said. Maybe dia just for the production, maybe dia buat just for AITM, dia buat academics, okay. And then yelah, kalau let's say for the cafeteria everything, so we outsource that kind of thing for the clean up all these apa ni, kita punya sekitaran university, kita upah contractor to clean up, okay, that kind of outsource lah. And of course the last one is political reasons. Example, labor disputes. I think political reason, the close example I can give to you is, let's say if Malaysia have a agreement with this China ke, they want to buy contoh from Huawei on their punya device and products. So yes, Malaysia punya company have to buy from them lah, because nanti China pun akan maybe open dia punya factories in Malaysia ke, contoh macam tu lah. Alright. Okay, global outsourcing. Okay, kita dah pergi tadi. Mostly top outsourcing country is India and China. Top 10 in Asia, Latin America and Africa, and some US firm are switching to nearshoring, same time zone, low labor cost. Okay, mostly macam US firm pun, like my experience on the last company, okay, on this, they outsource, meaning that they open their punya factories in Malaysia, so it's easy lah for them to get a cheaper labor, okay, so low labor cost, and then to cater the needs on that time zone keperluan lah, bukan time zone untuk support on the maintenance, support on this sales, everything, okay. Alright, next one, source of the software tadi. Yes, for the IT package, this is some example. Alright, for the IT services, Accenture, IBM, HP, okay. We can have a small companies in Malaysia on this one. Even like a Grab, everything is on this part of IT services. Package software provider like a Microsoft, okay, like Adobe, okay, Adobe ada macam-macam kan, Adobe Premiere, Adobe Photoshop, okay, antivirus also can be included in this package software. ERP mostly on this Oracle and SAP, and the cloud computing or mostly I think Google, IBM, Microsoft also have the get part of it, and Amazon. And open source, actually open source more on the, I can say on the Linux, on this pernah guna ni tak, Open Office pun is about this open source, Joomla, and also this WordPress, so webs system punya ni is open source also. Mozilla Firefox open source, okay, compared to now I use a Google Chrome, okay, that is a package software from the Google lah, right, but it still is almost goes to this open source because everyone can amending the code on this particular software. Alright, IT service will help company develop custom information system for internal use, develop, host and run application for the customer, and provide other services as management, accounting, auditing and financial. Okay, this is definition about this IT service firm. Okay, actually I have go one by one this one, so we go faster on this one. Package software serve many market segments, provide a software ranging from broad-based package, example general ledger, to niche package, example daycare management, and pre-package off-the-shelf software. Okay, package software ni mostly dia and general software lah. Everyone can just use this. Random people can use this kind of software. And software runs on all sizes of computer. Okay, mostly from microcomputer to large mainframe. Mostly they're compatible with this Windows. Okay, and for the Mac pun ada juga, but lagi more on the Windows. And the prepackaged software is off the shelf, turnkey software. We have to buy the product tu lah, then we key in the serial number, everything. So actually off the shelf Express meet 70% of organization need. So mostly ya, semacam kita guna Office 2016, 2019. Mostly every company have using this Microsoft. Okay, they're using a Microsoft Outlook maybe for their emails. Say Microsoft je kan. So maybe there are other software. Okay, this is example of documented in Microsoft Word. Semua dah familiar this one. No need to go. Okay, what is ERP? Okay, Enterprise Resource Planning System integrate individual traditional business function into modules, enabling a single seamless transaction to cut across functional boundaries. So SAP AG is the leading vendor of ERP system. So ERP system, I can say they cater all these segment in financial, in the management, the customer relationships, integrate everything sebenarnya. And the last one is about this cloud computing. Oh bukan, second last one. Provision of computing resources including application over the internet, so customer do not have to invest to the computing infrastructure needed to run and maintain the resources. Cloud computing, mostly you can access their system or their application through the web and pay per use of monthly, yearly or licensly. Okay, yearly license. You just if you want to go for the pro members ke, let's say you have to pay some amount of money lah. Example is Google Apps. Even I subscribe some things on extra for the Google Drive. Okay, Microsoft Azure, Amazon. Okay, after this I will ask you about example of cloud computing ni. Okay, heavy growth predicted is benefit frees a company of internal IT staff requirement. Okay, and faster access to application than via internal development and lower cost than internal development. Okay, but the concern of this cloud computing is the security. Okay, it's happened already, like last time is on this Apple, what dia punya Apple punya ni Apple punya storage, iStorage there have been security breach on the celebrity punya privacy cloud storage. Okay, and the reliability, okay, because you have kebergantungan on your, maybe you save the data on this company, on this outsource cloud ni. If their server down, then dia punya reaction to that to get back the server up is maybe lambat ke, slow. So reliability will be on jeopardized guys though. And then regulation compliance, yes, some of these to related to this, macam Facebook pun they have this dispute lah dengan government, because the US government accuse Facebook ada breach on the privacy, etc. Same as Google and Huawei punya issue lah. Okay, this one depends on the country. And last one ke ni, open source, freely available including source code. Okay, as I said, you can amend actually as long you got this knowledge about the programming. Developed by a community of interested people, perform the same function as commercial software, but the difference is free. Linux, MySQL, Firefox. So how they make money actually? So they provide a maintenance and services, okay, and maybe sell a more feature version or of the free software. Okay, as they said here, community of interested people. They're like one community ni, they want to improve the software better. Kalau boleh diorang sebenarnya nak the software open source ni lagi better from this package software. Diorang nak beat that package software, because package software ni I can say like Microsoft, they like macam mana, dia dah control all the market lah. They want actually open source group ni, they want to break this kind of what they call it, monopoly. Alright. Okay, and then the last one is in-house development, which is what most of the company have. Alright, the big company. Okay, is sufficient system development expertise with the chosen platform exists in-house. Then some or all of the system can be developed by the organization on staff. So in-house development usually leads to more maintenance burden than other approaches. Hybrid solution involving some purchase and some in-house component are a common. So like this one is IT staff lah dalam sesebuah organisasi atau company. Diorang akan mostly terlibat dalam maintenance kan. Diorang still buy like UiTM buy PC part atau software part. Contoh last one dia buy SPSS software from this SPSS apa buat So diorang just install kan, maintain updates on that computer. Okay. So mostly IT staff buat benda tu. Some of the big company je yang ada dia punya specific system that IT staff have to be buat software atau sistem baru lah to cater the needs of this organisation. Macam UiTM they make a UiTM here tu, okay. And of course kehadiran for tu is a Sarawak punya in-house punya development, we should be proud of, okay. So depends lah. Alright. Okay, this is some of these when to go to this type of organization of software on the IT service firm, because kenapa bila nak guna ni, when task requires custom support and system cannot be built internally or system need to be sourced. What is the requirement by internal staff? Internal staff maybe needs and depending on the application. Okay. Mostly kalau kita panggil IT service firm, orang luar yang specialize on the IT to our company, our staff also have to be involved lah to make sure the privacy of the data of the company is be secure lah. Okay, and then package software producer bila nak buy on this one is when the supported task is generic. Mostly because that kind of job boleh disettlekan by this package software. Okay, just mostly yang terlibat is some IS and user staff to define requirement and evaluate the package. So maybe information system staff ataupun user yang selalu menggunakan software ni boleh bagi suggestions what are the suitable software that for the overall of the entire organisation. Maybe you just buy one or two. Okay, contoh lah on this office ataupun antivirus product ke. For the enterprise wide solution is for complete system that cross functional boundaries. Functional boundaries ni meaning from this maybe finance goes to this manpower, to the HR, to the marketing, everything. So some internal staff necessary but mostly need consultants. Okay, this one memang staff yang terlibat atau have a certificates on this enterprise ERP system. And for the cloud computing, for instant access to an application when supported task is generic, sama juga lebih kurang macam package software. Tak perlukan requirement pun, because everything the best thing about the cloud storage ni, we don't need to buy the PC everything lah, because we can just access the system through the website. And then open source software when supported task is generic but cost is an issue. Let's say memang tak ada duit langsung on that company, they can go for the open source software. Some of IS and user stuff to define requirement and evaluate the package. Okay, sama juga macam yang this package software. For the in-house developer, mostly memang internal staff is memang akan terlibat. And when resources staff are available and system must be built from scratch. Ni memang ada specific of the software ataupun special request on the company punya business function and so on. Alright. Okay, hopefully it's clear on this one. Comparison of 6 different sources of software component. Okay, but mostly on the package software, I can say most of the people nowadays, especially students, yes, package software ni sebenarnya kena beli, but they just find the free one from the internet, the pirates. Okay, by crack ke ada from, as you can see if you go to this Shopee even people sell the this package software. Okay, actually package software ni macam you kena buy from Microsoft lah. Kalau bukan license Microsoft tu dalam setahun kalau tak silap 100 lebih lah. But contoh item Microsoft Office, you boleh dapat Microsoft Office ni kalau bukan 100 lebih tau sebenarnya dia punya original license from the Windows. You boleh dapat sebenarnya dekat ni Shopee. Bukan nak ajar korang this one kat Office 365 ni you boleh dapat RM3 je, the lowest price. Depends lah, boleh tengok lagi di other seller. Okay, ni Microsoft Office Professional, siap everything, RM6.99. You boleh buat duit sebenarnya kat sini. Ada yang jual mahal sikit, RM37.80. Apa-apa software lah actually. You want on the Filmora ke contohnya, on the editing ada orang jual which is less than the what the provider give to the ni. RM15.55. But the problem is this one is a crack software. Alright, crack software satu, and then RM0.39. No watermark. Kalau for the mana, for the faster solution boleh lah nak beli kot, tapi I'm not recommend for you lah. Tapi you have this option lah sebenarnya. For the all this package software sebenarnya you can get dekat Lazada and Shopee, everything is cheaper. But this one is memang sebenarnya kalau if Filmora knows this thing, atau tadi Microsoft knows that dia punya software has been sell by the seller yang not authorized ni, they can be sue lah sebenarnya. Okay, sama lah macam you copy movie, download movie from mana-mana source tu kan. So have to be things about yourself lah sebenarnya kat situ. Okay, selecting of the shelf software, of course the number one you have to think is about the cost. Comparing the cost of developing the same system in-house with the cost of the purchasing of licensing the software package. Maybe kalau yang package software tu give less cost, ataupun dia punya function lebih kurang sama dengan in-house, why not we just buy on the off the shelf software. The functionality, tengok dia punya what kind of this software can offer, the task that the software can perform, and the mandatory, essential and desired system features. Okay, make sure it can fulfill the business function every day. And of course the vendor support, whether and how much support the vendor can provide and at what cost. Okay, some of the software ni, yes, you buy maybe they bagi free, but for the maintenance parts they have to be paid lah. Alright. And viability of the vendor, can vendor continue to adapt update software to changes in system software and hardware. You know that kita punya applications system operating system berubah-ubah. Okay, there's been update semua. So daripada Windows 7 pergi Windows 10, lepas ni nak pergi Windows apa tak tahu lagi kan. Contoh lah. So make sure that the software can be compatible with the latest punya system environment. And then flexibility, there is which software is customized. You can install to easily and faster to the computer if you need it. And the documentation, understandable and up to date user manual and technical documentation. Some software yang betul-betul involve the macam reporting ni have to be have the documentation lah. But obviously documentation ni memang tak baca lah. Dia like a manual lah sebenarnya kan. Macam you beli phone baru, yang manual book phone ni dapat tu memang you buang tak baca pun. Alright, the last, okay, ada lagi response time. How long it takes to software package to respond to the user request is in an interactive session. Let's say you have to test lah the software ni. If we using the software, contoh daripada Google Drive tu, we spam dia daripada ramai-ramai gunakan, tengok is it dia punya response time tu slow down ke if they have too many user. Macam UiTM punya issue lah, on the course registration ataupun on the night of the result of exam will be come out kan. Memang slow gila dia punya system. You want to check open the student portal everything, because our server tu, because the server is small, actually not small, because the server is not strong, bukan yang besar on the supercomputer thing. So UiTM ada berapa ramai student kan, so if they are using apa, they are query ataupun access at the same time, memang akan give a slow response time lah kat situ. Again, and you have to this one, as I said tadi, is soft installation. You can actually install the application whenever you need actually. Okay, and then okay, habis on this stability of the software. Okay, banyak kat sini ada ease of installation, response time, documentation, flexibility, vendor support, viability of vendor, functionality and cost. Okay, so maybe you have to memorize on 5 on this. Okay. Okay, validating purchase software information. Mostly ni soal macam project management lah. You buat RFP, request for proposal. Vendor ni akan bagi quotation. Use a variety of information source. Collect information from vendor. Okay, yes, you can just access dia punya website, see what are the available software on the markets, and then software documentation. Baca-baca sikit dia punya yelah, the rules and regulation, because before you install your software tu, you have to agree with all the terms tu kan sebenarnya. Yes, you have to maybe give some of this privacy on the information ke, they can access your information or data ke. You have to look very carefully. And technical marketing literature. Alright, I think this one like a manual also. Okay, mostly sometimes call requests for quotes, analyze, select best candidate based on the vendor bids and variety of information source. Okay, macam bit of the project jugalah this one. Okay, this one you baca je. I want to focus on the reuse. Right. Okay, we are on the last part of this chapter 2. Okay, here actually this is the book for this system analysis and design, but this book is actually for the lecturer only. Okay, I think on this book nanti I give you a screenshot lah for a few parts on this one. Okay, reuse ni I can say like a recyclable lah. The use of previously written software resources, especially objects and component in a new application. So we have to involve this in-house punya expertise. Kena ada staff yang have knows about this programming, etc. to make this thing happen. Okay, mostly development methodology on object-oriented and component-based development is the software ataupun system that can be on the reuse this one. Okay, because kenapa object-oriented? Object class encapsulate data and behavior of common organizational entity. Tak ada suara ni. And component-based development, component can be as a small object or as large as pieces of software that can handle single business function. So actually sebenarnya we get the main codes on that old system ni and use for the new system. Okay, can be effective. Kenapa reuse ni sebenarnya? Yes, increase the productivity, less defect, reduce the rework. Tak perlu kita build from the scratch because we just recycle coding from the old system ni. Maybe get the data to just migrate for the new platform. Okay, technical issue, lack of methodology for component library, creating and labeling reusable component. Okay, so additional issue, lack of commitment, training and organization support, hard to measure economic benefit, legal and contractual issues. So maybe yes, you don't have expertise on this technical how to configure everything, so we can just upgrade a few on this your old system. Okay, on the organizational issue tadi lack of commitment, training, expertise dalam company memang tak ada, so just maybe ada sikit je lah dia punya knowledge how to improve on the system effectiveness ke, so they can make on this reuse. Okay, this one investment necessary to achieve reusable component. Actually there is more sebenarnya. What the 3 steps of software reuse is: abstraction, design of reusable piece of software. Yes, mostly it's about the storage, making a software asset available for others. Okay, and then recontextualization. This one lagi complicated lah, making the software understandable to developer. Mostly this 1 and 2 lah, abstraction and storage ni. They take piece of the software ni, maybe one part of module of the software, maybe they can generate a specific report, get this kind of coding, goes to the new system. Ataupun storage ni can be available to others users, ataupun can cater more user at one time. Okay, that kind of function lah. Okay, approaches to reuse. Okay, ada 4 here: ad hoc, facilitated, manage and design. So I can say you can refer on this table. Alright, the reuse level, mostly on the design will be involved on the high, and then the cost also will be high, and the policy procedure is everything will using that reuse punya design application ataupun system. Alright, habis. So hopefully you have notes already on this what is outsourcing, 6 different sources of software, and discuss how to evaluate off the shelf. Tadi ada berapa tadi? Yang variety of vendors, ease of installation semua. And the last one, what is a reuse and its role in the software development. Okay, this is the explanation on the reuse tadi. Panjang kan? So ni sama je sebenarnya. And then habis. The most expensive and extensive approach to reuse is design reuse. In addition to mandating reuse and measuring its effectiveness, the design reuse approach takes the extra step of mandating the asset to be designed for reuse, as they are being designed for specific application. Okay, mostly soalan dia akan tanya directly what is a reuse lah sebenarnya. Okay, this is the key term: cloud computing, ERP, outsourcing, RFP, reuse. If you not familiar with this thing, memang you kena tengok balik I punya video ni. Tengoklah 10 kali up my view on my YouTube channel ni. Alright. Okay, I want to ask you questions. Okay, I want you to look on the question number 2.6. What is outsourcing? Identify 2 outsourcing arrangement and identify 2 reasons for outsourcing. I think you can answer this one. It's simple. Field exercise, kena interview business people lagi. But nowadays, because of COVID-19 ni, if you want go to out to interview people, they don't have the time. Okay. Ini for the ERP. Okay, ERP ni sebenarnya dia more popular lah. How to prepare RFP ni senang. Okay, I nak you tackle soalan 2.12 ni. List development specializations and provide an example of the leading software firms for their specialty. Okay, soalan 2.12. Tengok list of development specializations and provide example of leading software firms. I will post this question on this I discuss, so you give your answer on that, reply to my topic over there. Alright, that's all for today. For chapter 2 finish, so we left to go for lagi 9 more chapters. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. See you on another video. Good day.